Good morning, Texoma. I'm Ashley Fitzwater. Thanks for joining us this morning. We are taking an inside look at the Wichita Falls Police Department, and there is a lot going on. We're excited, of course, to hear about the new things they are offering to the community to better serve you. I know that there are a lot of different academies coming up. We're going to get to all of that, but joining me now with the very latest is Officer Brandy Banda, and we appreciate you being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Well, we, like I mentioned, have some academies to talk about. Academies, Texoma, one is the Citizens Police Academy that they can get involved in. Another one is a Lateral Academy. But first, we want to talk about WFPD Now and really how social media is playing such a big part in even your daily job.
The WFPD Now is a blog, and we link from that to our Facebook and our Twitter accounts. And everything that we put out to the public, we put out on the blog and on Facebook and Twitter. With the blog, all you have to do is go into WFPDnow.com, and you can sign up to have email alerts anytime anything new is put on there, or you can just go in and scroll through it every day. We have different sections. We have training sections. You can go in and see all the Can You Identifies that we have put up. You can also go in and see everything that has happened as far as drug arrest or armed robbery arrest, anything like that. That's all going to be on the blog. And like I say, we shoot all of that to Facebook. So if you like us on Facebook, then every time you go into that, that's going to come in, bring you back into the blog so that you can see what's going on throughout the city.
Absolutely. Why do you think that's such an important thing to offer to the community to have available?
We disperse all of our information to the media outlets, but with this, we know that we're putting out our information. We put out pictures, we put out video if we have it, especially on things that we're trying to get subject identified. We put up 2 of the Can You Identifies last month, and within a matter of 24 hours, we had them identified through tips that came in from that Facebook post.
Wow.
And so that helps a lot. So anytime our detectives have somebody that they're trying to get identified, they can shoot us the pictures and the information, and we can get that out immediately to the social media.
Do you find that social media seems to be where a lot of eyes are nowadays? Even News Channel 6, we've taken to social media. We have Twitter accounts as well. We have the website as well on Facebook. It does seem to be a growing aspect of how we do today's jobs.
Right, and it is. When we first got into it, we started out with just the Facebook, and we've progressed from there into Twitter and now the blog. And also, we send out alerts on Nixle. If people go into that and sign up for it, it sends a text message out. And that will enable people to get the information right there on their phones. Whereas, you know, a lot of times you have to go in and scroll through Facebook or scroll through the blog, where this comes in as a text message. So it's going to alert you immediately. If we have like a barricaded subject or something like that in town and we want to alert people to stay out of that area, that comes in handy for that. And also road closures or anything like that we put out on Nixle. But the blog, that's where everybody's going now, is social media. So we're trying to catch up and stay up with everybody else by doing the blog and the Facebook and the Twitter.
While there is a WFPD Twitter page, there's also individual ones for officers. I know you're also funneling things through a different Twitter account too, correct?
Yes, our Chief Borrego is on Twitter, and he does a lot of it. And of course, all of the public information officers are on Twitter. So a lot of the things that we put on the PD's Twitter account, we're also funneling through our Twitter accounts. And as time goes on, we want to have more officers doing that. Maybe more officers that are on the street tweeting as they go along throughout patrol and stuff. Yeah. Especially when we go out like on a hostage negotiation situation and we can tweet live what's going on. You know, people they don't have scanners anymore that they can hear that stuff, so they can kind of follow it while it's going on, so that helps.
Sure, and then you're putting the information out there, of course, so that way you're able to decide what's best for the public to know at that moment or so forth. And I know there's some new things you're working on too, and I understand they could get underway as soon as this week.
Hopefully. We're working on a couple of things. One of them that we're working on is called Forever Friday, that being F-U-R, Ever Friday. I know we're going to be teaming up with the Texas Pit Crew, and we're hoping to get the Wichita County Humane Society on board. And we're just going to kind of pair up officers with adoptable dogs and try to get those out there and just try to get out to the public to adopt and not shop, because there is a lot of animals that need to be adopted with both the Pit Crew and with the Humane Society. So hopefully if everything works out good, we'll have that up and running this week. If not, it'll be in the upcoming weeks.
Very cool. And then another thing is going to be called Traffic Tuesday, and I know again that's something very soon you're hoping to roll out. Not an official date set on that one yet, but this is pretty interesting too. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we're waiting on some equipment. We're getting some recording equipment and editing equipment, and as soon as we get that in, we're going to start doing Traffic Tip Tuesday. We're going to have, hopefully, motor officers helping us out on that. We're going to film just some different traffic tips and some areas in town that people need to watch things, and we'll be airing that every Tuesday just to give the public an idea of, you know, just be careful out there.
Also gets to know your officers a little bit better too.
Yeah.
Kind of a win-win there. Look forward to, of course, hearing much more about that. Is there any other way that people can provide information whenever it comes to social media? Do you always recommend 911, or if it's something that may not be an emergency, should they send a private message? Is there something on WFPD Now that they can click on?
You can. We always encourage people, if this is something that they need to report, if it's a crime, our Facebook and our blog is not monitored 24 hours a day. So we say that if this is something that you need to report, or if it's a crime that is happening right then, to either call 911 or the non-emergency number 720-5000. Of course, if you're just wanting to give some information, we have all types of ways on our Facebook page and our blog that you can contact either the detective in charge or one of us. And we get private messages all the time with information. We love it. We just want people to understand that it's not monitored 24 hours a day, so if it's an emergency, contact 911.
Make sure to take the other route then. Okay. Well, again, thank you so much. We are not done taking an inside look at the Wichita Falls Police Department Texoma, so stick around. We'll be right back with much more. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, we are taking an inside look into the Wichita Falls Police Department, and now we want to talk about some upcoming academies. And joining me now with the very latest is, of course, Officer Brandy Banda once again, and Training Officer Mark Wise, and also Training Officer Joey Anderson. We appreciate both of you taking time to join us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we want to start with a Lateral Police Academy, and it's just like it sounds. You're reaching out to officers looking to join the WFPD.
That's right. We're now accepting applications for this academy, and we'll be doing so until August 1st. That will be the deadline for this Lateral Academy. And what a Lateral Academy is just like you said, we're looking to hire officers who are already state certified. So you must be a Texas state certified peace officer to apply. Or if you are currently going through an academy, and you will have your certification by October 1st. And that is the requirement. We have to be able to verify that by October 1st for you to be hired. We're looking for those that have experience as a police officer, those that have just been through an academy and maybe have not worked the streets yet. Those are acceptable as well. And we'll be taking those applications, as I said, until August 1st. And then from there, we'll begin our testing phase, which will be on August 9th.
We've heard about the police academies. They're a longer academy. This is a shorter one, correct?
Right. It's an abbreviated version of our academy. We just graduated the 66th Police Academy on July 11th, and we had 11 officers graduate. That's a 26-week academy, a full academy. We start them out, many or most, with no experience, and we put them through all of the state required certification so that they can be certified as a peace officer by the end of the academy. Again, the difference here is you must already be a certified peace officer, and this academy will last for 8 weeks. Since you've already had all of the basics, we're going to go back through and cover some things that are specific to our department, such as our general orders, our city ordinances, amongst other things as well.
If somebody wants to go about doing this, do they need to head online? What's the best way to do that?
Yes, if you go online, WFPD.net, or if you go to WFPDnow.com, and there will be a banner, a red banner. It says Now Hiring. You can't miss it. If you click on that banner, it will take you to our HR department's online application. You can fill out the application online and submit it. Or if you don't have access to do that by computer, you can go down to the city offices, the personnel office located at Memorial Auditorium, and you can apply in person there as well.
Now, are both of you going to be working with this class, this upcoming class?
Yes, we'll both be working along with the rest of the training staff that we have at the police department. We're looking forward to it.
Now let me just ask, because I know officer-wise you've served in other areas before. Tell me, what do you enjoy about the training aspect and kind of what you get to do as these new officers come in?
What I like about it is the variance of your daily duties. There are so many different areas that you cover, and it's enjoyable also to see these recruits come in, and especially with the academies we've had in the past where they had no experience, and watch them grow and learn and become police officers.
Yeah.
And, you know, I take pride in that. I really enjoy that.
Absolutely. And what about for you?
I enjoy the teaching aspect of it, kind of have a say in how these officers kind of grow as police officers throughout the academy. Like Officer Wise mentioned, it's neat to see them come in with no training whatsoever, and then hearing the stories weeks after graduation when they're out. We're constantly getting phone calls from these guys thanking us for what they were taught. I really enjoy that aspect of it. I like to watch them grow as police officers through their career.
Another way you can kind of get an inside look at what they do in that academy, of course, is through the Wichita Falls Citizens Police Academy, and it's very fun. I had the privilege and the chance to go through it recently, and there is an upcoming one that I know you want to tell everybody about.
Yes, we're starting our fall class in September. We don't have the exact date yet. We have to look over some things before we do it. We already have a lot of applicants, but this last class we had 40-something in there, and we're going to try to do that again. You get to do all the things that, well, some of the things that police officers get to do during their training.
Yeah.
The driving and ground fighting, the taser. We don't pepper spray you, you know, unless you wanted us to. I guess we could, I don't know. But, and we have a lot of other officers and stuff that come in and teach different things like crime scene investigation. We have our ID techs come in and talk about how they gather evidence and stuff for the detectives. So it's really a lot of hands-on stuff. We love getting to know the people in our class, because once you graduate the class, you can become a Citizens Police Academy alumni. And once you do that, we have a lot of volunteer opportunities and fundraising opportunities. And so we enjoy really long-lasting relationships with these people that we get to know. So it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I think it also gives you a new respect for what they do every single day, because it's not just witch patrol. Again, that's very important, but there's so many aspects of the department I think a lot of people don't even realize. I know I learned a lot, and you know, I'm kind of blessed with the opportunity being in the media to get to see some of those things as it is, but I learned so much going through that. And I know that these two joining us actually came into my class one time, and it was a pretty interesting day. We're talking about tasing, and that's what what took place that day. So can you tell us what's kind of your role whenever it comes to the Citizens Police Academy?
Well, one of the things we do, like you said, is the taser demonstration, and everybody's always interested in that, especially interested in someone else experiencing
exactly.
it and getting to watch.
Interested in watching.
Yes, and Officer Anderson and myself have both been through the taser instructor course, so we've taken the full 5-second ride on the taser, and it's an experience. It's something you'll never forget and probably never want to do again, but we allowed them to get a little taste of that in the Citizens Police Academy if they want to, and of course they don't have to.
With that, we bring them in and we talk to them about what the training staff does throughout the department. We put them through the tasing, and that's fun and all, but there's more to the training staff job. We teach the baton, the OC spray, but we also teach several different things. We're also teaching our current officers on the streets for in-service training that's continually happening. Almost on a daily basis, there's something going on in our building.
And I know one of the other things you are both involved in is the shoot, don't shoot. And that's another thing that the citizens get to take part in. And it's pretty interesting because you have to learn, and they even put you through a simulation of when you shoot and when you don't shoot. Can you tell us, and I know I pretty much just explained it all there, but really there's a few different scenarios that you have made available, correct?
Right, we do, depending on the staff that we have available to help, because training staff is usually doing other things too. But if we can get enough people, we try to do where we actually put you in scenarios. And you will be using simunition weapons, which fires soap pellets. And we like to put people into real life scenarios and see how they react. In, you know, some of the situations, deadly force is not required. Some of it is. You know, we like to put the people in the Citizens Academy through that so they can see, just to get a little taste of what officers have to go through when they're put into situations.
And it definitely is high-stress situations, and I think that all goes back to, I guess, your training, right? Because unfortunately, this is something that that is real and it happens on the street and very timely. We've had several officer-involved shootings here recently, and is this something that just constantly goes back to knowing the training that you've been taught when you're on the street?
It is. It definitely is. Our training, like you said, it begins in the academy for the recruit, and all through the academy we'll work with use of force and the levels of use of force when deadly force is justified, when it is not. And they are trained on this, tested on this over and over. And also, once again, once our officers get out on the street, we have mandated training that officers must receive so many hours of training. It's actually 40 hours every biennium. And when they come back through this training, they also, once again, receive more training on use of force, deadly versus non-deadly force situations, and also again in some of our other classes throughout the year. So it is an ongoing training. It's not something that we just do one time in the academy and it's done.
Even seasoned officers continue to have that training. Why is that important to continue to offer, do you believe?
Well, it's very important simply because every situation is different out on the street. And there are so many variables that an officer must face, and he must make decisions very, very quickly. So we want them to have had as much experience as possible before they ever get out on the street, and to continue that as well, so that when that situation arises, it's like second nature. You know what to do.
Absolutely. Can you tell us how people can sign up for this? I know the dates haven't been set,
Right.
but kind of the hours you're looking at as well.
We do on Tuesday nights from 6 to 9. We'll start in September. It'll be over probably before Thanksgiving. We may have to like skip Thanksgiving and go a little bit into December, but we'll be done well before Christmas. And to sign up for it, you just go to WFPD.net. We have a link there. And I believe we have a link on our WFPDnow.com.
Okay.
And you fill that out online. The application comes directly to us. We'll do some background checking and stuff on it, and then we'll let you know, of course, if you've made it into the class. And we have a lot of fun. We have a big graduation. We feed everybody on graduation, actually have a little ceremony for everybody. And you get certificates and stuff, get a polo shirt for
with your name on it,
with
too.
your name on it to show the class that you went through. And we just have a lot of fun. The alumni comes in and does things with the classes throughout the time. And like we say, we have training that comes in and does some of the fun stuff with us. And it's just a lot of fun. We encourage people to go through it. If you want to get a taste of what the police officers go through and get information about the police department, it's a fun class.
It really is. I can vouch for that. And you can even check out the stories we did. I believe if you head to newschannel6now.com, as I mentioned, we kept you covered as I had the chance to go through that class, and even brought you stories every single Tuesday. So we appreciate you allowing our cameras and us to go through that, because it was a lot of fun. And again, this September, you can sign up and do the same. Before you go, I know we need to take another quick break, but I do want to ask Officer Wise and Officer Anderson one last time just what the best part is about your job every day and being an officer with the Wichita Falls Police Department.
The best part about it to me is knowing that we are serving our community in a way that we're making a difference, and that's very important to me.
I kind of agree with Officer Wise. We're training the officers that are out serving the citizens of Wichita Falls. We're kind of making a difference behind the scenes.
Actually, I'd like to remind the viewers one more time that we are accepting applications through August 1st, until August 1st. And if they will go to WFPD.net or WFPDnow.com and go to the recruiting page, all the information should be there. It will tell them about the qualifications, the disqualifiers, the salary and benefits, and should have most of the information to answer any questions that they have, even also about the physical fitness testing, what the requirements are there, what they need to be working on to prepare themselves for that. So if anyone is interested, if they are already a Texas State Certified Peace Officer, they can apply, and that information should all be there. But if there's any other questions they have, they can call me at 720-5040 or Officer Anderson.
720-5041.
Okay, and again, this includes Vernon students, you said, correct? If they go ahead and get that certification.
Yes, if you've been through a state certified academy such as Vernon College, and even if you have not worked as a peace officer yet, you can apply.
All right, and join the team. So we appreciate that, and again, we appreciate all that you do behind the scenes. Like you said, that's an important role in getting those officers prepared before they hit the streets of Texoma. So we are not done talking with Officer Banda. We need to take a quick break. We'll be right back with much more. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, we're taking an inside look at the Wichita Falls Police Department and all of the new things they have going on. Something else that is fairly new is Report It, and this is a great way to protect what you own, correct?
Correct. It's a program that we've had going for a little bit now, and we're trying to get it more and more out into the public. You just go to www.reportit.com, and you can go in and create an account. It's very secure. You create this account and you can put in all your serial numbers for your electronics, your belongings. It allows you to upload pictures. So if you have something like jewelry, you know, you have your grandmother's jewelry that's expensive and it doesn't have serial numbers, you can upload pictures, and then if you have a burglary or anything, you can get that information to the police department, to the detectives, and they automatically have pictures and can look for your belongings and stuff at pawn shops and that kind of stuff. So it's a very good program.
And if people are worried about the security of the site, they shouldn't be, correct? Can you tell us why?
Correct. It is very secure, and you go on there and you create an account with a username, password, just like you do with all the other things online. And it's very secure, and like I say, that you can print it out or email it or whatever automatically to the police department to add to your report if you have a burglary.
I like that because it's all together as well. And then, you know, in a high stress situation, if you're worried about everything else, you're not going to be remembering where you put those papers or what the serial numbers were, of course. So this is kind of a one place to keep everything in a safe place online.
Correct. And it's very easy to do. I went on there and created an account, and it literally took me less than a minute to create the account, and I was able to upload a couple of things in just a couple of minutes. So it's very fast.
What types of things do people need to put on there?
So you can put all of your electronics, you can put your jewelry, you can even put your vehicles and stuff in there. If you own firearms or anything like that, you can put that in there, and it allows you to put the serial numbers and everything. And like on your vehicles, you know, you'd be surprised the number of people that don't know their tag numbers, and they have a vehicle stolen, and we can't actually put it in as stolen unless we have proof of ownership, like a tag number. So, but if you put that into your Report It, all your vehicle information, you'll have that tag number just right at the tip of your fingers. So
very interesting, something to take advantage of indeed. Something else, don't forget, you can head on to WFPD Now for the latest information, correct?
Correct. That is our new blog that we have up and running, WFPDnow.com. And of course, like us on Facebook, Wichita Falls Police Department. Follow us on Twitter, Wichita Falls PD. Like I say, we got a lot of new things coming up that we're going to put in on the blog, so keep coming back, checking back with it, and see what's coming.
All right. Well, Officer Banda, we appreciate your time today, and of course, really giving us an inside look at these behind-the-scenes activities that you have going on, and all that you do for our community as well every single day. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And we, of course, appreciate you, Texoma, for joining us as well. We hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, join us right back here next Sunday morning for another look inside Texoma.